Everyone say exactly the same stuff you said before. Do not deviate from it by so much as a single phoneme.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to Deep Magic. It's so good to see all of you. We did leave everybody on a bit of a cliffhanger with a nasty attacking our new NPC, Aria Cavattini. And so we're going to let everybody introduce themselves, and we're going to get started. So, MJ.
Hi, I'm MJ Bradley Lestrange. I'm a writer and podcaster, and you can follow my work on certainpov.com.
Awesome. John.
Hi, I'm Professor John Bradley Lestrange, writer and TikToker, and you can find me on TikTok at The History Wizard.
Rhea, our latest blue hair gang.
Hey, I'm Rhea. The only thing new about me this time is that I have blue hair. Everything else is the exact same.
And we can find you at _donut, where you can go follow them and do that immediately. I keep telling you, I am coming. I will hunt you down. Anyways, Velvet.
Dark greetings, morsels. I'm Velvet, dabbler enthusiast, and unseelie wunderkind. Please address me as such. You can find me pretty much everywhere on the interwebs at OG Brown Sugar.
Awesome. Michelle.
And Michelle Sealight, the C stands for Rob Thomas, but not that Rob Thomas. That one. And you can find out what I'm doing or what I'm thinking mostly on my Twitter, but I also have a website, michellesealight.com.
Please don't use psychic powers. Just go check that out.
Unless you have psychic powers.
You have psychic powers, you have to tell me. The law says so.
Judy, do you have psychic powers, and who are you, and what are you doing?
And I am Judy Vanesh. I live on the internet. I play with cards because I'm bored, and I also want to learn the future. I might be psychic. I might not be psychic. Just don't ask me on what Gray's next Bard song is going to be, because the fuck do I know?
And I, as always, am your local chaos bringer, Spectre Elefet. You can find me most places by that name on the internet. You can find this show on Twitter at Arc of the Dragon. You can find this show on YouTube at Archives of the Dragon. Just like here on Twitch, you can give us a like, give us a follow, throw us bits, do the subscribing, all the damn things. Help us be a professional show. I'm begging you. It's a good cause. We're adorable nerds. Also, we did miss out on Sudbury by Night last week. We will be back this week. So tomorrow, 1 p.m., our vampire game is on. And upcoming is our Mass Effect show, which I am super excited about. John's been doing a great job with that, and Unconscious Celestial is our wonderful storyteller for Sudbury by Night, and we're coming up to the finale of season 1 over there, so catch up, get going, do the whole thing. Anyways, we are going to pick up where we left off, where the group had been Aria had been attacked by a nasty. Jack had wayfared it out of the way, and it wayfared itself back. So
hopefully I dealt some damage to it.
You did something to it.
That's not reassuring.
I'm doing my best.
You did. Anyways, Aria, as reminded, has a scratch from the top of her shoulder across her chest from this nasty. And what you did figure out, or at least some of you did, is that the nasty has the ability to enact Maenad's Fever, which is the dark version of the Satyr's Revelry. So, and you had cast Hardened Heart. Had you cast it on yourself or on the nasty itself?
On the nasty.
Okay. So the nasty isn't feeling much of anything at this particular moment. Very clinical about things right this second. Which will, given that this has already happened, it'll give all of you a chance to get the drop on it, just like you have stealth rolls, essentially.
I know that I am at least putting myself in between Aria and the nasty.
Okay.
I mean, okay. Well,
I'm just charging it at the earliest opening.
Are you putting yourself between Gray and the Nasty is the question, because Gray is
like, are you next to me or in front of me?
Oh, I am. No. Gray has a sword and could probably kick my ass.
Yes.
I am protecting the one whose fighting skills I know shit about.
Mhm.
Gray can handle themselves.
I'm not sure if that's necessarily true, but sure, we'll find out.
You've been practicing. I remember hearing it on the stream.
Shoulder to shoulder then. So what is everybody else doing? Because you're going to get a moment to prepare here.
Iris is probably going to charge in with Lakoka.
Okay.
Because, like, it's just the worst type of worst to try to prey on someone like the way that this Nasty is. And Iris is not having any of it.
Sounds. So you are rushing, the two of you are rushing the Nasty?
I've got the flaming spear, and I did say, "Oh shit!"
You did, and it is now flaming. I can say words, I promise.
Just like most of this podcast.
Yes, one day it'll be a podcast.
No, of course, like, a form of dolphins is a pod, so we are now just dolphins.
It'll be called Deeper Magic. We'll just do all the taco jokes that didn't make it into like the main footage.
No, that's our Patreon exclusive.
Yeah.
Thought it was the OnlyFans part.
What can
I think Anil will also be charging in.
Okay.
To the Nasty.
So what I need all of you to do is roll me some dexterity and athletics, because the Nasty is going to do something.
Everyone?
No, the two of you shoulder to shoulder in front of Arya do not need to do this. Everybody rushing at the Nasty needs to do this. And then
It's okay. I would have failed anyway.
and the two of you standing there, because you are not doing the rushing, focusing on something, I need you to do me a different roll. I need you to give me a wits and alertness, please.
That's the DC.
I got 2 successes.
Is the DC 6?
Yep. Until further notice, the DC is 6.
Ooh, that gives me 4 on 3 dice.
Cool.
I got a 9 and then 2 1s.
Well, you didn't botch because you have a success, but it is you don't notice anything. Gray, you do notice what I'm going to tell you next.
No.
4, many, and then Anil, 2.
I have 4 for perception and alertness.
Okay. You can hear that too. All right. Things happen all at once here. So, Lakoka and Iris, you managed to get right up on the Nasty just in time for it to leap 50 feet in the air and take you with it. So you are now clinging on to this Nasty as it is attempting to jump over all of you to Arya.
I'm just gonna do the. Ray, if you were talking, you're muted.
Sorry. I didn't get grabbed.
You did not
With two
grab.
s-
You did not grab the.
Oh,
Nasty.
grab onto that. Okay, all right.
Mhm. The Nasty was going to go up regardless, and I gave the Nasty its own dodge roll here to see if it could avoid everybody, and it avoided you, but not the other two. So
Sorry. I misunderstood.
it's all good. Gray. That's happening, and there's definitely enough people like dealing with that right this second. But what you hear is the sounds of mechanical chaos in the distance. It sounds like the rattling of pots and pans. It sounds like evil giggling. It also sounds like multiple people. You also hear the mechanical chaos enunciata. Jack, wow, the Nasty is 50 feet in the air and coming towards you.
Then I'm going to take this opportunity to try and get underneath of it and set my bident so that it lands on it. Get wrecked, Nasty.
All right.
If he goes up in the air and she starts to hear it come down, she'll extend her wings and fly up.
Okay. In order, So first off, you can't see the nasty. So you have to do this by sound to catch the nasty and hold it up there. Which
Doesn't
means
the nasty smell?
Yes, it does. You can smell, but it is still a very fast jump. They're using hopscotch to jump up. So I'm going to impose a harder roll to try and catch it. So it is still going to be your dexterity and athletics, and you will also have to catch Lacoca and Iris, who are holding on to it as well. So like this is a whole thing that's happening here. So it's probably going to be an 8 to try and hold on to this because there is a lot of weight associated with this.
Can I just stab it to at least give me some grip?
This is all happening sort of all at once. So in a second, yes, this went up, Anne went up, the noise started, and Jack moved to like try and spear the nasty, which has made you stand practically on top of Arya.
Yeah, well, hey, maybe take a step back.
And I try to hold it up in the air.
You can fly, yes?
Yes.
Yes, you can. But let me do Annunciacatas because she's on it
Go for
first. So, give me your successes.
And I'm doing death and axe.
Dex and athletics. Yep.
Okay, good. Sorry. 2 and... Oh, wow.
This is just to see if you can catch it. Holding it up will be a different problem.
That's a 2.
You go by each other in midair.
That's perfect. That's exactly what she wants.
Okay.
She wants to dodge it. This is fine.
Lacoca, you can attempt to slow the nasty down now by essentially activating your own ability to fly and try to hold on to it. So I'm going to need you to do a strength and athletics roll for this.
Cool. Eight.
Yeah. Annunciacata, you're aware that the smell has now, like, stopped in place. Iris, you're just kind of dangling from the nasty, and Lacoca in midair.
I want to stab the nasty.
Okay. Roll me
There you go.
strength and melee, and then we will deal with the people on the ground.
Any chance I could convince you for dexterity?
See, you have a problem because you are in extreme close range with a spear.
Okay, I figured I would ask because my strength is 1.
Because if you let go to, like, stab with the spear, you're gonna fall on the ground.
And what's my DC?
It's gonna be, let's call it a 7 this time.
Makes it 2 successes to stab with the flaming spear.
Okay, you successfully stab because this nasty has no way to dodge you. And it lets out a yell, and a black ichor starts to run from its stomach. All over you. Because you're holding on to it.
With the spear, I'm just like...
At this point, the marketplace explodes into chaos, and there are a bunch of tiny mechanical cannonballs being shot into the market. They all explode with a different type of gas. Some of them just smell bad. Some of them catch things on fire. Some of them explode glitter everywhere. And the air is just filled with the sound of cannon fire and random materials. Everybody roll a stamina and survival check, please.
Oh.
Yes. Yay!
8, 9, 10, 8, 9, 10,
Roll
8.
6.
Fucking crushed it.
Holy shit. Gray, you and Iris, neither one of you can see much at the moment, and you also can't smell much. Annunciata, this is terrible. This is awful. You can't smell anything because it's all bad. Everybody else, you can sort of see shapes and still hear and smell correctly because you have successfully passed through this barrage of chaotic explosions. Aria has also failed this check, so she is also stumbling around in this glitter, stink, fog, chaos bomb. Gray? I don't know what I was expecting to say. To happen
What?
when I saw you again.
Wait,
Sorry.
can you repeat what you said? Because I didn't catch all of it.
Arya is just stumbling around in the fog, and she is directly behind you, Gray, so it's not like she's
Okay.
lost or anything. She's like, Gray, I don't know what I was expecting when I saw you again, but this tracks.
How is this my fault? You were the one that was being attacked.
I was handling it. She was not handling it.
You were not handling it.
I
Gray like gropes around behind them and like kind of grabs onto Arya's arm and just hang on to me.
don't. Okay. And with some stumbling, the two of you manage to like grab onto each other because she's not stupid. She's just mad. And then the rest of you hear the chaotic crashing and cackling, and you all see figures that are about 3 or 4 feet tall. You can't make them out yet, but they're there. The nasty is bleeding on Iris. Lakota, what do you want to do to the nasty?
I have a prehensile tail. I
Okay.
can use melee weapons.
Okay.
I would like to chainsaw it.
Okay. You would like to do a chainsaw to the face?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you.
Please roll me a strength and melee for that.
This is also the like heckin' souped up chainsaw.
Yep.
That's a 7.
Okay. You definitely crash into it. I'm just trying to see if it can survive this. You murder it.
I mean,
To the
do be like
face.
that.
To the face. It was
Like
obvious.
him face off.
Yes, it was obviously trying to cast a spell as it died, though. It clearly saw its end coming, and now I need everybody to resist Maynard's fury.
Oh boy.
Because not only do you have to resist the Maynard's fury, everybody in the market does.
Oh god.
Oh jeez. This is like the 140k book.
Nice. What are we rolling?
So I'm going to go for, you're going to use one of your bottom stats minus appearance, because how you use appearance to resist a skill, I don't know.
I'm too pretty to care.
I have it.
No, that's fair. That's perfectly.
So
That's
use
fine.
your stamina or wits
Yay.
and survival. And your difficulty is going to be a 7, because this is just something that they can do.
Oh wait, so I can't resist this with don't care hair?
No, you can't resist this with don't care hair.
You know, because my sweet strong.
The beehive is like the Magneto helmet. Powers can't penetrate it.
Also, the beehive is not on currently, so you don't have don't care hair.
Excuse me, you're trying to tell me that this.
You're like
Those
Colossus,
curls.
but they took off the helmet, and now his brother can fuck with his brain.
You mean Juggernaut?
Telling me that this
What did
only
I say?
Colossus.
Colossus.
That's the one.
doesn't count.
I lost a dice.
Golly gee, gosh darn it. I botched twice.
Oof.
Oofed.
Wait, is this one of those rolls that I can't botch as a she?
No.
I botched with 2 1s and no successes. So.
Oh.
All right. Well, Iris, that's fun. Everybody with 2 or less successes currently. You are now in the throes of Mynad's fever. So as this nasty dies in Lakoka's arm, you have the urge to indulge your darkest and most desperate desires. And I don't mean my darkest desire is to go read a book to my dad because he never loved me. That's not how this works, guys.
You're taking my entire reason of living away from me.
Oh, yes, but that is not a dark desire. That is a hurt desire.
How do you know it's not the dark one? Because I'm going to read him some bad nightmare shit.
Well, if your darkest desire is to trap your dad in a room and read him poetry till he dies, that's definitely a thing you could do, but it actually has to be a dark desire.
It puts the bookmark in the book, or else it gets the hose again.
Who failed that? Just so I know how scared I have to be. Okay, not scared of Okay, all right, I'm hella scared. Okay, I'm scared of everyone who's not Iris. No offense, Iris.
Okay,
We should be afraid of Iris.
Does Iris
absolutely.
Does Iris have the gun right now?
Does Iris have the gun right now?
Because that'll change my answer.
Every time someone is asked, "Where's your gun, Iris?" she's like, "In my purse."
So the knocker's shopkeeper has resisted.
Oh, shit, everybody got a resist, I forgot.
Yeah, Veda does not. And Hildebrand is fine. So. Oh, and Arya. I gotta check on Arya. How is Arya doing? Arya's fine.
Well, good for Arya. I
So,
would hate for something awful to happen to Arya.
I'm sorry. So sorry. As this happens, you are then suddenly swarmed by what looks like to be a small army of goblins.
So anyway, I still blasted.
She's got a gun.
Anil, you actually probably, they don't look familiar to you, but you know what this is about. This is the dark side of being a knocker.
What is?
Okay.
I'm sorry.
It's all right. Knockers are usually attempting to actually do something, like to build something, even though the knocker flaw exists. Goblins are I built it so it would explode.
Okay.
Right.
I need to think about what Anil would try to explode.
For those of you who failed, what are you immediately going to indulge in?
So anyway,
Pardon?
Iris has always wanted to fire this thing.
Okay. Iris has got the gun.
She takes it out. She's gonna that unfortunate corpse that Lakoka just stabbed, which was Iris's kill. That was Iris's kill. She got this yuck on her, and it was her kill.
Yep. All right.
She's just gonna.
Iris is up here trying to shoot a body.
Well, that could be worse, honestly.
Pickle.
Are the nasties are technically fae, right?
Ice and it.
Yeah, I can tell. I can tell.
Excuse me 1 second.
The one nasty is dead, but yeah, the goblins are also fae.
Sorry. Cat. Chaos.
We love pickle.
Exactly. All right. Sorry. Who was talking?
It was me. The nasty is technically a fae, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Anil takes some cold iron out of her pockets and sees if it does anything to a dead body.
Okay. First off, everybody freaks out. Also, the landscape freaks out because this is the dreaming. So you start trying to exit the dreaming wherever this is. Like, it's like pressing on like a balloon and stretching it out. It does do stuff to the dead body. It starts decaying and smelling horrible. But of course, you are not actually near the body because Lakota is flying. So it's just you holding this.
Sorry, I thought the body dropped.
Nope. We're still holding on to it. Unless Lakota, you dropped it and Iris.
I mean, yeah, definitely. Like, I would have started dropping them off after it was dead because I want to go fuck up some goblins.
Okay. Cool. So yeah,
there we go. That I've always wanted to know.
Anil is trying to exit the dreaming. If this continues happening, Anil will exit the dreaming.
What do I have to roll to avoid a panic attack?
Roll yourself some. Let's go for wits and. No, it's not survival. I wouldn't go for that. I'm trying to think. What's a good one? Empathy? Streetwise? Something like that.
Okay, empathy. Okay, what is my difficulty?
How scared are you?
Pretty scared.
Okay. So it's probably an 8, but you can also burn a willpower, like a superficial willpower to just...
I got 3. I figured that should be good.
Okay. Yep.
Because I'm going to cast Hardened Heart on Anil.
Okay.
And that's why I needed to resist that panic attack.
Okay. Anil, do you... No, I don't know that you can actually resist the Hardened Heart thing. It's just a thing that happens to you.
Is that a thing that I have to roll?
Yes. So the number of successes determines the duration of the cantrip.
Okay. What's it? Fae, Winter, and my glamour?
Yes.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. My total glamour or what I have left?
Total glamour.
Okay. And my difficulty is?
I'm trying to think. Probably because you have an interfering thing. So let's go for... Anil, how bad do you want to play with this iron in here?
I think Anil would get like relatively bored with it fast. Like, it's interesting, but like I was just curious. Like, I've never used cold iron in the dreaming before. This is just kind of weird, and I'm enjoying poking at stuff.
Okay, so it's 7.
Okay, still 6. I got 3 10s.
Yeah.
My lowest roll was a 6, and I got 3 10s. So,
Anil, you don't feel much of anything anymore.
hey, Anil, put the iron away. You're about to rip a hole in this place.
Fine.
Thank you.
Gray. What are you doing?
So I was just saying in chat that I don't really know what Gray's, quote, darkest desires are. Because Gray doesn't really think about that. So I don't really think about that. Probably pick a fight with Arya. That's the only thing I can really think of. Because, like, Arya's being kind of a bitch, and Gray, who tries really hard to not be a bad person after everything they went through with Nerval, would probably, like, succumb to the pettiness that they feel and just like, oh, I hate this bitch so much.
So Arya's like, come on, we have to stop standing in the street. Oh my god, you are all incompetent.
Incompetent. You were getting fucking mauled. If it weren't for you, this wouldn't be fucking happening. And I can't believe you. I'm just trying to hang out with my friends, and then you're just there. Like, just something that I can't escape. Why are you always there?
Arya's just blinking at you, because whatever she was expecting, that's very, like, out of character for you.
Yep.
She's like...
I imagine that any time that they interact, Gray is very, like, eye roll, like, yeah, okay, Arya, whatever.
Exactly. Arya's just, like, pulls her hand back from you, because I didn't invite you. I didn't tell you to come. What? No. We'll do this politely. I at least have a concert. Why is a fight what we have to do right now? Do you see the goblins? We have goblins.
All I see is you, always standing in my way, always berating me, always giving me shit. Just because I don't have the same classical training that you have, you can't gatekeep the stage, Arya.
I just am concerned that you are easily distracted, and it requires discipline, like right now. And Arya steps in front of you to do something of her own, because, this is not helping.
Those snaps were in character, by the way. That was fucking savage, and I love it. Might not be the time for it, but I love it nonetheless.
I love this a lot. It's good. Everybody is doing a great job.
Thanks.
Gray's gonna feel bad about this later. Gray does not like being mean.
The goblins start to attack the pirate ship, because it's a great thing to attack, and they have little cannons.
This reminds me, where's Madden?
Madden's still on the pirate ship.
Yeah, no, but what's he doing?
He's trying to pilot the pirate ship without running into stalls in the
No, that's fair.
cloud of noxious gas and glitter.
That's very important.
Oh, put me in courage.
Pardon?
Put me in courage. I already rolled. I know what I'm doing.
All right. Sorry, this is why combat takes a minute, because it takes a whole bunch of... Oh, I know what Madden does, and I don't think anybody knows that he can do this. Oh, yeah, okay. So Madden, the pirate ship ripples. And it's suddenly at the end of the street.
So how far away is it from us now, those of us who were not on it?
You were getting close to the end of the street, but, like, it's probably, I'm not great at distances in terms of this, but he's probably 60 to 100 feet away. He's literally gone very quickly out of this mass. But he did not use Wayfarer. It wasn't like a blur. It's just the pirate ship was here. The pirate ship was there.
Okay.
And Arya is going to... Oh yeah, Arya is going to make a bunch of copies of everybody. They last 1 minute, but you've got a minute of them. There's suddenly a copy of your entire party just wandering around.
That's pretty dope.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't have permission to use my likeness.
Arya grabs Gray and goes, I can't beat you if you stand in the street and yell at me. Come on!
I'll show you incompetence.
That's
And with that, Anne does Autumn Eyes. I rolled for a 5 success.
Okay.
She then turns around and uses Autumn Eyes to use her staff to start beating the gremlins, and I have rolled my life for that. That was 4 successes, and I did roll dexterity and athletics to try and do this more of a ballerina pirouette ways to show just what a nightmare she is, and I rolled 3 successes.
Okay, great.
Love it.
It's like the opposite of incompetent. It's like really, really fucking cool, actually.
You are literally like batting them. You are not killing them, but you are like knocking them over. It's kind of like bowling for goblins.
Double bowling.
Lakoko, what are you doing?
After putting down Iris in the body, I would have gone back on the ship to pick up the rest of my toys.
Okay, that'll.
So I guess I'm probably teleported all the way over there.
You'll definitely have to fly over there to pick up your toys.
All right, I will do so, and then my 3 toys in hand, I will just go for like Tasmanian Devil and just start churning through them.
Okay, when you get to the end of the street, there is a shimmering barrier there. It is a kind of like purple color, and there is a large mansion on the other side of it.
I'll go like, ooh, for like 3 seconds, and then I'll go kill shit.
Okay. Iris, what you doing? Are you just shooting the body over and over again?
No. Now that she's got something else with her attention on it, and Iris, having to fulfill her deepest desire, looks at some of the goblins, walks straight up to them, and she is just like, I am Lady Irisville Diarmud, and I am sick and tired of not getting the proper respect that I am owed. And I'm using sovereign, and my one-word command is bow.
Okay.
Oh, fucking metal.
How much scene do you have?
I have 1 scene.
Okay.
2 Fey.
All right, cool. So roll me your successes on that. It will work on them, but it will work on a group of them. Gray, yes. I need you to do an alertness. What's an alertness here? Just you, because you're the only one being dragged by Arya. And then Jack, I will ask you what you are doing about all of this other stuff.
Ooh. What's the difficulty?
It's a 6.
I got 1 success.
Okay, well then you are just in time to feel something hit Arya at the speed of sound and rip her out of your arms.
That's concerning. Do I see what happened, or?
Again, unless you can like see something moving that fast, it's a blur that went by.
Okay. Well.
Bye, Arya.
Gray would look around. Just be like, what the fuck?
All right. So, 2 things you do know, even in your rage at Arya. Freeholds are finite areas. So, without entering the wild dreaming, Arya still has to be in the freehold somewhere, right? Even if she's been dragged off, there's a limit to how far she can have been dragged. And B, it's definitely just Wayfarer used tactically. Her wrist is probably broken.
Ooh.
Eep.
Also, for a storyteller note, as I have told Lakoko this, if you can make it to the barrier at the end of the street, you will be within the protection of the actual like palace area, which is Cressida's thing. So you can do that. Also, your Maynet's fever can be resisted once every hour. So you can literally spend an hour out here just, having a grand old time wailing on goblins. There does seem to be an almost infinite number of goblins, though.
I got 4 successes to make them bow.
Okay. The everybody else can see, if they're close enough to Iris, can just see a group of goblins that have suddenly decided that Iris is their queen. Jack, what you doing?
My primary concern at the moment is still protecting Arya because that's what we started this whole thing doing. So I'm going to. I assume I didn't see her get snatched, but I am still going to make an attempt to look around and see if I can spot her.
Okay. You are going to do a perception and alertness then, because you were making, or a perception and investigation, either one.
Not many dice to roll either way.
I'm trying.
3.
Okay. You see the blur go by. You're pretty certain it was goblin shaped. Arya, you see it head towards the end of the street, not away from it.
I mean, as soon as I see the blur going, I'm wayfaring right after it.
Okay. So you are roll me your successes on your wayfare, and I will roll their successes on their wayfare.
1, 2. Okay. Okay. What is my difficulty?
It's a 6. You're fine. You're just.
Oh, okay. So my lowest roll was a 7, and I rolled a 10. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes.
You go way much fast. So fast.
Jack Gober.
Very vroom. Which is good.
Everything else I roll kind of middling, except for when I need to wayfare, and then it's dope as fuck.
Yep. So you are going
fine with
to use Quicksilver, and basically
Yes.
this just speeds you up, right?
Yes.
So
All I'm trying to do is chase them down.
every success you get doubles your speed.
Damn.
If there is any possible way for me to just like ram this thing.
Well, what I was going to say, because I have rolled how many successes they had on their wayfare just to see. What happens is you pass them as, like, because you went faster than they did. But,
Yeah.
but you both, so what happens is you both crash into the wall of the manor house.
Yeah.
But you go through the wall, and so do they. So it's a bit of like a Kool-Aid Man moment for both of you. The wall does stop you, though. Both of you are sort of like dazed and injured, though.
That's fair. Well, I guess that's where I am for right now.
Anil, what are you doing? Oh, Gray, you will definitely have seen Jack go vroom. He won't have seen his vroom, but he will have seen him suddenly like be standing there and then not standing there as well.
I think. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
No. I think Anil will head towards Gray and just kind of like how. Well, am I still under the effects of Heart and Heart?
Yes, you technically have an hour here, and at which point you get to like roll your willpower out of it if you want to, but
I guess Anil will probably just start like randomly fighting whatever goblins she can get her hands on.
okay,
Because and just to like feel something.
that's fair. In
And
fairness,
damn.
in fairness,
Yeah.
the goblin tech is actually pretty good. I mean, it's not for anything you would do with tech, but it's well built explosive stuff. You could probably like rework it to explode on them too. You can do that kind of stuff.
Yeah, probably.
That is a
Just
very
like
clinical thing to do. So do your intelligence and craft, and I'll see what you can do with that. What I will say is you will fight your way down the street here, where if you just choose to go inside the manor house, besides Jack and Arya and the goblin who has taken Arya, who are already within the barrier.
can I use my special piece for intelligence to take it apart?
Yes, you can.
So does that lowers the difficulty, right?
So take 2 down, so you will be at a 4 currently.
For my things at some point.
I have a couple of
8
things.
successes.
You know what you can make these things do? You can make them suck all the bad stuff in the air back into them, which is just kind of very obnoxious to the goblins. The goblins will hate it.
I will absolutely do that.
So, Anil sits down for like half a second while all the chaos is happening, and Annunciata is just swinging around her. So you get like this moment of peace, and you're like, maybe if I just press this button here, and the suction will go back the other way, and then I tinker it this way, and you end up with a giant vacuum, essentially. And you're just...
Are we just chanting suck, suck, suck like in Spaceballs?
Yes.
I mean, we are currently surrounded by assholes, so yes.
Lakota,
Fair enough.
you have a pile of goblins. Just you are like beginning to like create a space around you where you can like sort of climb on them and fight them. They are more dead than in Annunciacatas because you went and got a bunch of very deadly weaponry. But yeah,
Destroyer of worlds, indeed.
exactly. Annunciacata is just doing bowling. You're doing chainsaw.
It's the
I
sign
look
I want.
grumpy because I'm not very good at counting and keep losing track.
And Annunciata's deepest, darkest thing is to bring pain to other people, make them feel as she does.
Yep, hey, that's some unseelie shit. Anyways, you make it to the other end of the street, and there is a line of guards, essentially, and they frown at you, and they say, "Oh shit, we got another group. We gotta quarantine you. Can we quarantine you?"
Quarantine your mom.
Okay, so you can stay out there.
Fine, I'll just build my own manor out here with blackjack and locally sourced sex workers. In fact, forget the manor.
10 out of 10 reference. Very well done. Great episode.
What I'm here for.
The guards are like, all right, well, that answers you. What about the rest of you?
Jack is in the manor. With
I'm
Arya,
in
is
the
that right?
manor.
Yes, Jack went through the bubble at high velocity.
I think that's where Gray would also be heading because a sense of like, no, not done with the bitch.
Okay, you are stopped by a polite but firm guard at the bubble who's like, "Can we quarantine you? You can come in, but things that have been happening out there have been a little wild, and emotions have run high."
I mean, if it gets me inside, then fine.
Okay, just stand here with me for a minute while I check on your friends.
Much glaring.
Okay. Annunciacata's still smacking things. Madden is fine and wants to go through the barrier with the pirate ship. He does not want the pirate ship exploded. So, or taken apart for parts. So he is going to be like, if you have to lock me in a hole for a week, okay, fine, sure. Just don't break the ship, because I'll have to explain it to Siri.
If Venila's done sucking, she'll follow Gray
Okay.
and just be like, I'll go with them.
Just for flavor, you suck all the stuff out of the air, and then you manage to suck a goblin onto the end of it, because you're still a knocker, and it's just, now you just have like a goblin that's just yelling and flailing at you at the end of the vacuum.
I see if they'll take the goblin.
The captain of this little crew looks at this, goes, "That's a very impressive machine." Picks up the goblin. Let me roll his strength to make sure he can do this. He can do this. And goes, "Have a nice night. Thank you for enjoying our hospitality." And drop kicks him with Wayfair.
Excellent.
But
Yes.
I'm going to remember that one.
Anyways, you are, if you agree to the quarantine, there are this is obviously not the first time this has happened. There are other party guests who are like sitting around in like small areas, yelling, arguing, coming down from high emotions. Everybody roll your willpower for me.
Even me.
No, you're good. If you did not experience the Maynard's fury, you don't have to roll this.
okay.
But do we need to roll, and do I need to roll it if my heart's been hardened?
You're fine. I mean,
Okay.
You're not fine, but your heart is. It's just. It is what it is.
I'm still being the Goblin Queen.
Gray is fine. You're fine now. Anunziata, you're not fine. Are you still being the Goblin Queen? 0? All right. For those of you who did not succeed on this check, you can burn willpower to do this.
No, I think she finds this very cathartic. It's, as she's trying to beat these goblins within an inch of their lives, she's quietly singing "I Am Not Okay" by My Chemical Romance.
So basically, Iris and Anunziata are outside creating their own little like goblin pile and army, one way or the other. That's what's happening, and Lakoka is trying to like high score this shit.
I'm picturing now Iris is like assigned each of the goblins who are following her orders now, like jobs like, hey, you're the handmaiden, you're the one who gets my coffee, you're the one who gets coffee splashed in their face.
Madden looks at Gray and goes, "You okay?"
Gray is probably coming down from like all of the anger, and it's just like, "Oh no, I said some very not nice things."
Madden goes,
"Oh no.
"Hey, I was in that mood earlier today. Want a Snickers bar?"
No, I don't like peanuts. Where's Jack?"
I have asked that most of my life, most of our relationship. and I genuinely thought I was done with that after his mom froze him in ice, but nope, here he is again.
Gray like puts their hands on Madden's shoulders and like, "Look, I know you've had a time. I get it. We can unpack it later."
Because no, currently I'm standing here watching my girlfriend play golf and or bowling with goblins.
Honestly, I think it's good for her.
I think so too. I'm just hoping she comes inside eventually because I don't want to go back out there. Also, I don't know what to do about Iris. Like, out-sovereigning the sovereign is so...
Again, I think this is good for her.
All right, well, we'll let them go do that. Although, eventually, I think Iris's friend... Isn't this, like, Cressida's house? Like, don't you think they're going to want to see Iris? All right.
Probably.
Well, let's go find whatever chaos my ex has found, because he just vanished. He does that.
Anil's inside with us too, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I just didn't want to interrupt.
It's okay. Anil's like, Madden's like, no, the vacuum thing, A+++++++.
Yeah, I was pretty proud of that, I guess.
I am
Went okay.
90% certain we're going to find goblins in here too. Pukas are... You know what you're getting with a puka. I mean, you don't, but like, you know that you don't know what you're getting with a puka, so it's a thing that you're prepared for. But goblins get everywhere. They're like mice.
Need to have more cats.
I mean, if I could figure out how to metamorphose, which I don't know how to do, I could be a cat. That would be interesting. Also, why do you have iron?
What if we need it for something?
I'm a she. I never need it for anything.
Listen, if one of the people who we're trying to stop from destroying the world is here, I'm going to try to use every tool in my very literal toolbox.
Okay, that's very fair. That is very fair. Oh my god, they have a procession, like they are lining people up to introduce them. Why do we do this? Why are we like this?
I don't fucking know.
Oh no, these are your fucking people.
I skipped the line.
With that, we are going to
Get wrecked.
with everybody in either their goblin army or inside the manor after break. We'll see you in a couple minutes, guys. Bye. City has gotten too crowded, and now there's only one way out. Follow the highway north, on past Barry, all the way to Sudbury. But stay on the lighted path. Never go beyond the Kine and their settlements, because out there, well, that's lupine territory, and they don't like us much. But whatever's in Sudbury, whatever's there, has pushed them out. And now, it's our turn. Not all darknesses are the same, and not all things frighten all people. You never know what's behind closed doors, or what secrets you may find. And who knows, if we're very lucky, the clouds may part and we'll see the stars. Coming this Saturday at 1 p.m. to Archives of the Dragon.
Welcome to Project Trailblazer. A little over 600 years ago, the species of the Milky Way decided to step boldly out into the darkness. They decided to cast off the shackles of the familiar and venture into the quiet between the stars. And on the other side of the void, they found Andromeda. They found the Helios Cluster. There they found that the promise of golden worlds was a lie, and instead of perfect colony worlds ready to be settled, they found hellscapes that would have tested the mettle of even our most legendary heroes. They found hostile aliens bent on creating their own personal ethno-state, and they found the Scourge, a mysterious cloud of dark energy fully capable of ripping even the sturdiest ships to shreds. But along with the trials and tribulations, there were triumphs. Archhyperion was the first to arrive, carrying the Pathfinder Sarah Ryder and her crew. Together, they braved the wilds of Helios, discovered the intricate vault system in the Remnant, forgotten vestiges of the enigmatic Jardan. They met with and formed alliances with the indigenous Agara, who, along with the Remnant, were creations of the Jardan, and with their help, they broke the back of the Ket incursion. 10 years has passed since Pathfinder Ryder disembarked onto the Nexus, and in that time the other arcs have arrived as well, each with their own hardships and fresh traumas. The Quarian arc, the Keylesea, being the last to arrive with perhaps the most disturbing tale of all. Relations with the Angara remain good years after arrival, and Ket sightings have gone down. Even the Scourge seems to be behaving, but despite this relative good fortune, people are, well, getting bored. No one came to Andromeda for an easy life. They came to find the unknown and either befriend it or punch it in the face. But of course, you know all this. After all, you joined the Initiative. And whatever your private and personal reasons were, you do at least contain that core desire for adventure. With that in mind, Nexus Station is assembling a team to travel outside of the Helios cluster to see what is to be seen. Probes have been sent out beyond the cluster, each one equipped with an AI and a tracking beacon. Your mission is to venture out into the unknown, find what other life might be out there, find any other potential golden worlds, avoid the Ket, and, if possible, learn the origins of the Scourge. The four of you have been chosen for your unique skills, knowledge, and adaptability. You'll be equipped with the second best ship the Initiative has got. We'll be sending you out to the Mile 2 cluster right next door. We have no idea what you're going to find out there, but that's half the fun. Say your goodbyes, get a good night's sleep, and get ready to set sail, Trailblazers. The galaxy is called, and it's up to you to answer. Good luck.
We picked up these four in Andromeda. You should see their service records. Dombra Sergal, aka The Experiment. Since arriving in Andromeda, they've been on a rampage across the galaxy in a quest for extreme thrills and science. Aviva Nar Vera, exile. Thief, wanted on over a dozen counts of sneaking.
What the hell?
Alumi Druid has been traveling recently as Aviva Nar Vera's personal distraction / battering ram. Project 641474, also known as Galatea.
Who called her that?
Herself, mostly. They're wanted largely on charges of tinkering, tailoring, and surgery.
Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't know how this machine worked.
They call themselves the Trailblazers.
What a bunch of a-holes.
Hi, everyone, and thank you for sticking with us during the break. We are going to pick up again, and I am going to pick up with a little bit of poetry, because that never works out badly for this group. Morning and evening maids heard the goblins cry, "Come buy our orchard fruits, come buy, come buy. Apples and quinces, lemons and oranges, plum unpecked cherries, melons and raspberries, bloom-down-cheeked peaches, swart-head mulberries, wild freeborn cranberries, crabapples, dewberries, pineapples, blackberries, apricots, strawberries, all ripe together in summer weather, morns that pass by, fair eves that fly, come by, come by." And this echoes up and down the street. It does not echo within the manor house, so everybody who is in there does not hear this. In the meantime, Lakoka has gone out into the middle of the street and has successfully fought enough goblins that they have had enough dead goblins to make a goblin skull throne in the middle of the street. It is spewing blood, and Lakoka is standing on top of it, fighting goblins. Iris has created a small army of goblins loyal to her, and Annunciacata is having a lovely time batting for goblins. However, Jack, you go crashing through one more wall than the goblin who has grabbed Arya.
Yeah.
You are not far away, but you stop last because you went super fast. So very fast. You hear Arya angrily shouting, "Let go of me! Oh my god, this is the fucking worst day!"
I would like to, as soon as I stop, I want to turn around and charge the goblin and swing at it with the butt end of my Biden.
Okay. Roll me a strength and melee, please.
Strength and melee.
Or dex. Well, no, it's still strength and melee because you're not trying to do this with a finesse.
It's the same number of dice for me anyway. I'm actually pretty good at melee. Yes,
Yeah.
that's the right one.
It's almost like you're a prince or a king or something.
It's almost like I knew you'd have weapons. And you weren't supposed to punch things in the face. Okay. Let me see. It narrowly dodges your swing.
Yeah.
But it does let go of Arya.
That's what I was hoping for, at the very least. At which point I shout at Arya to run.
Okay. Arya will. Actually, no. Arya will sit down on the floor.
A mood.
And close her eyes. And let's see how well she does this. The goblin sits down on the actually falls down on the floor and goes to sleep.
All right, well, that was awesome.
You are bruised, battered, and you think your nose is broken.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Let's go find the others.
Team the others. It's not hard to find where Jack went. They're Kool-Aid Man shapes. 2 Kool-Aid Man shapes. So you meet each other sort of in the middle as you trudge together, and Madden's like,
I won. Arya won. I helped.
with the wall? Was the fight against the wall? Because I see you won the fight against the wall.
No, the goblin. The
Madden
goblin.
peers around you. Arya is still sitting there with her eyes closed and not moving. So whatever is happening is kind of like a mutual, like, assured destruction thing here. Arya is holding it in place, but largely because she's walking around in his dreams.
I forgot that she also fell asleep. I want to pick her up and carry her out of there.
Okay. Goblin stays put.
Yep. I don't care about him. Goblin can get bent. I'm here to protect the annoying one.
Gray. I mean, she seems sort of unhurt, mostly, you know? But you can definitely hear the noise of this place and merrymaking and people practicing singing and playing instruments, even from over here. Which you don't know where here is. Here seems... Ooh, this is actually... I need to roll a chance die here.
Ooh.
And Gray, this is a good time for your bard's tongue.
Okay.
Cool.
The stores for winter stay in stasis where beauty hides the beast.
All right. You have where you ended up in the farthest spot. If you, Jack, when you looked around before you found the goblin, there's what appears to be a mortal who's just asleep in a bed and did not hear you come in, crashing through its wall.
I don't know what to do with that.
That's fair. Arya is also asleep now, but that's a different problem.
Yeah, I mean, the mortal is seemingly alive, right? Uninjured by the kerfuffle.
Mm-hmm.
All right, good enough.
Cool. There are also, as you look around this manor house, there is all manner of intensely beautiful art. Like masterworks, things that people only create once in a lifetime.
I assume that Cressida has like a retinue of mortals who create beautiful art and are dreamers and blah blah blah, and that's what this is.
She absolutely does.
Yeah. I ain't gonna fuck with her shit.
But it is in like, even for you, well, Jack, you don't remember this, but those of you who have, well, no, everybody who would have seen this is outside currently, so guys, Iris, Goblin Queen, how would you like to resolve your Goblin Queen status?
Well, she has ordered her goblins to convert others to her goblin to her reign,
Mm-hmm.
or to murder them.
Okay. So now you have an army of goblins who are fighting the other goblins.
And she also asks for, like, if the goblins have anything cool, bring the coolest item to your queen for her favor.
Okay.
He needs this worship right now. That's what Iris needs at this moment, is this validation and worship.
Lakoka. You have a beautiful, beautiful throne. It is gorgeous.
'Tis so.
It is gone.
Pardon?
It is gone.
Yes,
We're about to have a problem. I'm going to very calmly, very rationally find the nearby goblin and ask what happened.
You were standing on top of it, and it just literally poofed out of existence. The goblin cannot answer you. Ye who has swallowed a cursed coin.
It's fine. There's more goblins. I'll just make another one later.
Anne, roll me perception and alertness. You don't see anything. Well, hear anything is more like
She's just beating all the goblins that she can and make them feel horrible and completely,
how would you like to resolve your beating the goblins?
she's just taking all the pain and destruction and the negative feelings and just taking them into herself because that's what she feels. And then when she sees there's enough pain, enough torment, and she stops calmly, turns around and walks towards the manor that everyone seems to have gone into.
And the three of you dance upon each other. Team inside. You, a beautiful she-woman, though there is no other kind, with long, almost blue-black hair and starlight eyes, finds you in this broken corridor and says, "Oh, I'm sorry, are you lost?"
No. We're friends with Iris. We were here for, I guess, the festival and passing through, and then there were goblins, and then I broke your wall.
Oh.
Sorry.
So you're the miscreant, and she giggles a little. I suppose I must forgive you if it was an accident. The goblins have been causing all kinds of mayhem today.
Yeah, they tried to steal, and then I sort of gesture as much as I can to the woman in my arms.
Oh dear. Is this... Do you want me to try and wake her up?
She did a thing, and then the goblin went to sleep, and then she went to sleep, and so I don't know what waking her up will do to the goblin or how much of a threat that actually is to you, so your call, I guess.
Then perhaps we should take care of the goblin first. Can you direct me to where you left it?
It's just right behind me.
Oh, excellent. And she leans around you and then glides and goes, "Oh dear." She touches the wall, and the wall starts to cover back up, and you see as the wall shuts behind her, it also covering over the goblin. And then she comes out the door and back into the hallway and goes, "I'm sorry. We've had a let's call it a pest problem."
Yeah, I mean, it's no skin off my, as long as everyone's safe.
Most people call me the caretaker here. Can I direct you somewhere?
I'm just looking for my friends. I think they're still outside, most of them. Some of them are in here, right? Gray's in here.
Aren't we with you?
I mean,
Yes.
is everyone in here with me?
Nope.
No, it's me, Madden, and Anil with you.
Yep.
No, my girlfriend's still out there beating things with a stick.
Lakoka's.
Lakoka-ing.
Yeah. They'll be easy to find. Is there anything we can do for you?
I would much prefer you didn't wander too far into the mansion. There's not everything is safe. Not everything is for public perusal.
Yeah, I mean, I think you just fixed the entrance that I made, so if you just want to, I guess,
Oh no,
correct
there's
this.
4 more walls I need to fix now.
Okay, I mean, so there's still a clear line just right out.
Yes, she's
Okay.
just buried a goblin though.
Yeah, I mean, it happens.
It'd be like
I
that.
launched a nasty into a wall. Said we do stuff.
You should probably find someone who is not me to take care of your notes. We do have some people who can help you, I think.
I was wondering why my face felt like it was on fire.
Yes. Anyways, the Lady Cressida is holding, well, I wouldn't say court. We have a bit of a stage situation.
For the show?
Yes, but the house is just, instead of, your traditional, big chair for ruling household, we have a stage.
Uh-huh.
Like you do.
No.
is very dramatic. I agree, but she seems to like it, and she's definitely an excellent face for this household.
All right. Well, thank you for your help. We'll get out of your hair.
For the three of you in the house, and I will deal with Madden. Roll me a perception and empathy.
Perception
and empathy.
Mm-hmm.
Perception and empathy. I'm only good at one of those.
Okay.
What's the base?
6. Okay. Anil, did you roll?
No, I did not.
Okay. You are entitled to if you would like. All right. For the two of you, there's something subtly wrong with what's happening here, but you can't put your finger on what.
Just like...
It is probably safe to wake Arya up, too.
I mean,
do we have to do so magically, or can...
No, you can just wake her up. She's literally just asleep.
Shake her shoulder?
Yes.
Wake up.
Why do the Thalin always have such weird fucking dreams?
I don't know. But let's get you someplace where you can rest up.
Put me down.
Okay, sure.
Stands up, fixes her hair. Oh, my dress is ruined.
Also, your wrist is probably broken.
Oh. Ow.
Yeah.
Well, fortunately, I don't need my wrist to sing.
You're still gonna perform?
Of course. That's what I do.
Oh.
Besides, Cressida asked me specifically.
Oh, if Cressida asked you. Of course.
Well, you know, it's polite to accept invitations from people who care about you.
Mm.
Why are you here if you don't care about such things?
I actually didn't know about it until Nerval wrote me.
Oh, Nerval. Yes.
Yeah.
Now that would make sense. Well, are you going to compete?
You know what? I think I will.
Oh, excellent. That'll give me both the satisfaction of beating you and telling him that I beat you.
Yeah, you wish.
Oh. No, I know. But I do need to find another outfit because this one has had it.
I think it's very you.
I really think it's more along the lines of your wardrobe, dear. But definitely do not stop. Let me stop you from going to practice. You're going to need all of it.
If Arya is walking away, this is what I envision happening. As Arya walks away, Gray has a moment of like, I'm gonna kill her. And Jack is probably like, no.
Or Neil.
Jack pauses perhaps.
I feel like Anil would not stop.
Jack
Gray.
pauses for perhaps a second longer than he should. And then, oh, no, wait, I should stop this.
That's how I imagine that scene to work out.
Yeah, Anil would be there being like, no, we should see what happens. It's fine.
As you exit through the Jack's-shaped holes, the caretaker follows behind you and closes them over and over again. And this is where you run into the rest of your party coming in from their adventures with Goblinheim. Madden's like, sees Anne, runs up to her, then stops, then... Did you have fun?
Delightful.
Yeah.
She actually has a smile on her face.
So that's creepy, but I love you anyway.
So where's the turd that called us ineffective?
Changing her wardrobe, apparently.
Oh,
and not being murdered,
what is she?
specifically by me.
Why are we not murdering her?
Because she didn't do anything.
No, she did.
Jack has a moral compass.
I don't.
Because murdering people just because they're rude to us is technically still a crime.
Only if you get caught.
Well, yes, but there was a caretaker right there.
I'm still here. She's literally.
Hi,
I thought
sorry.
you left.
I thought she'd sealed the holes and then just.
You're literally like walking out, and she's sealing the holes behind you. So she's.
Oh, that's fair. That's fair.
Oh, the caretaker, you said. Okay,
Yeah,
I thought Arya.
Arya's gone.
I would love to run her face in something.
Place is bullshit. I want to leave. I made something cool and disappeared.
Oh.
Did you make?
Got it. The caretaker looks interested in this. Oh, what did you make? Perhaps it has gotten lost amongst the things here.
No, it was a big throne made of goblin skulls and it spewed blood.
Oh, yes, no, that definitely isn't part of the collection.
I want to see that.
It's gone. I don't know what happened to it. I'm the only one that could probably have lifted it.
I mean, I'm pretty strong.
Madden puts his arms around Nunciacata's shoulder and is like, as much as I appreciate your bloodthirsty side, can we not be bloodthirsty with our hosts? Because there's more of them than us.
Goblins are our host?
No. We're in Cressida's house now, or at least the exterior of it.
So how is the wanky bitch our host then? I say we kill her.
Yeah, but she's the guest of our host.
Not a complication.
I am she and here to tell you it is not.
It's not a complication because he's...
Guest rights are kind of a very important thing.
If someone doesn't show me where the food is, we're about to have another complication. And okay, just starts swiping drool.
You
You can eat literally anything.
Caretaker rummages in her pocket.
Yeah.
And is this person has a random old candy and half a bag of chips in a long pocket in her robe for some reason? I will start here, and the banquet hall is through the main doors over there, and a little on your right. Lord, I never eat there. I'm usually eating in the downstairs section. But yes, no, it's the second door on your right. You can't miss.
Makoko, run! And she throws a Snickers.
Catch it with my prehensile tongue and just follow my nose to where the main food is.
There is food, because it is a big concert. And caretaker goes, I did not mean to exactly walk in on this. I just was trying to fix the house. You'd be surprised. This isn't the first time something like this has happened. There's always some child who doesn't quite understand how Wayfair works, and things happen. Anyways, is there anything else I can do, or I will leave you to my duties?
Do you know how to enter the competition?
Oh, yes, I do. We have a absolutely charming, well, this is going to sound hilarious, but we have this charming red cap who's taking the competitors. They are at least interested in betting on them. They think finding out who they are up front is good, and Cressida thinks it's a hilarious little thing to make the competitors go through the red cap gauntlet. Incidentally, did one of you say that one of you were friends with Cressida?
We all pointed Iris simultaneously.
Yep, you're friends with Cressida, and you're muted.
Shouldn't be.
There you are.
Wow.
I had unmuted myself. Yeah, Iris is still the Goblin Queen, isn't she?
I mean, you are coming down off of your high. You have resolved it, but yeah, the Goblin Queen's out. the goblins are goblining out there. And she's like, I see you have had fun with our pest problem.
And just being their goblin queen, it was a lot of fun.
Cressida will be highly amused.
I mean, when did you get to be called a queen?
I mean, obviously it's a lot of fun, but not particularly my thing. I am more interested in collections.
Well, be a queen, you be an empress, get an empire.
All right. Well, I hope this goblin. Well, no, this isn't goblin magic. Stater magic. Anyways, I'll let Cressida know you are here. Have a nice evening. And the caretaker leaves, and you get a text message from Cressida almost immediately, Iris, and it's like, "You're here, and I haven't seen you yet. This is a crime."
Iris is gonna take a selfie. Part of my thoughts of why the throne disappeared was because Iris told them to take the cool stuff and the throne's cool. But
Nope.
Iris is gonna take a selfie and just be like, right here with my goblin army.
Stay right there. I'm coming to get you.
I will be posting this selfie on Twitter come Friday.
The rest of you, there's still hordes of people. It's actually still like a fun winter festival going on, despite all the goblin chaos that's going on outside. It seems like this is a thing that's been going on in waves for a while, and they're just trying to party on through it. The main doors are big, very obvious. There are people standing around, chatting. There are singing groups. Some of the carolers from outside have come in at this point and are continuing to practice. There are also people playing instruments. Not all of them are familiar. And there's a couple of, Gray particularly, you have seen Tailcraft before. And they are spinning stories that can be seen in the air. And it's noisy, and it's fun, and it's entertaining. And despite all the chaos you just went through, it's back to feeling kind of sweet and fun, despite, Arya being a bitch. A small, this is going to be funny, a small seal-like girl bounces up to you, runs into you, goes, "Oh, I'm so sorry."
Runs into who? Me?
Just the crowd of you. She's
okay.
She's just running into you. She's kind of got a almost gray type hair, and she's not a Selkie because she would be wet at this point, and you would notice that. It's more like an actual seal.
Nice.
Hi, are you here? I'm so excited. I have magic tricks. It's gonna be great. I mean, I'm not actually competing in the singing. I'm just kind of like an opening act, but it's going to be amazing.
That's so great. I love magic.
Me too. It's the best. Also, Cressida's so much fun. She always has the best artists here. Oh, by the way, I am Mary Ann. How are you?
When you say magic, I'm assuming you mean sleight of hand, right? Because we have literal magic.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you can't do it with style.
That's true.
It's going to be a fun show, I'm sure. We're looking forward to it. I'm Jack, by the way.
Oh, hi, Jack. Are you looking for where to sign up? Are you all singing? Are you a group?
I am.
Oh, you're singing?
Yes.
No one wants to hear me sing.
I mean, I want to hear everybody sing.
Madden can attest.
No.
Madden's
You do not want me to sing.
Madden's I already have one who's doing goblin bowling. I don't need to do the singing too. I think that'd be more than I could take today, okay? And Marianne's like, "Oh, you guys are a lot of fun. I was kind of hoping you'd be a group or whatever." Okay, so anyways, you are going to have to go talk to Star Killer.
Great.
That is
Love
the-
it already.
That is the best name I've ever heard.
So they've named themselves after Star Wars.
I mean, why not? We can be
Just
whatever we want.
Just wanted to confirm. Just
I mean,
wanted-
sort of. Anyway, I can't wait to see the rest of it. It's gonna be great. Anil, do you still have the vacuum?
No, because it was attached to the Goblin butt, and the Goblin got punted in space.
That's fair.
I wish.
Marianne looks at you like, you're a bit of a, like, you look sad. Do you want me to cheer you up?
Why?
Because it's fun.
Because when you talk, you've got these little bells in your voice that ring.
Sure, you can fucking try.
That means yes, please do. I want to laugh. I need to. My soul is begging for it.
Ah, fuck off.
No, you're not my type.
And Marianne giggles for a minute and goes, all right, look behind you.
Neil looks behind them.
There's a second Marianne there. Hi!
I'm going to hold on to this Marianne in front of me.
Okay.
And then turn around.
There's still a Marianne there.
Am I holding... If I grip the Marianne, am I gripping?
Wow, what strong arms you have.
She's been working out.
So there's two Mariannes. One is being gripped and one is not, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Wow.
I try to push them together.
Okay.
And just like squeeze them
the
gently.
The first Marianne, they squish together and like people. And the first Marianne says, "Wow, you're so strong. Are you a top?"
Sometimes.
If you ask nicely on a Wednesday.
More often than that.
That's what I've heard.
Wow. I love knockers. They're so much fun and also really fun to prank.
Fair.
That was pretty good, kid. I'll give you that.
Marianne, number 2 goes, "Hi."
Are you also Marianne, or do you have a different name?
Oh, she's not Marianne. I am.
Of course.
Marianne 1, Marianne 2.
Is Marianne a puka?
Oh, yes.
After this, are you gonna go fuck yourself?
I mean, there's a whole category of porn devoted to that, and I bet we'd make a whole lot of money, but I mean, I'll think about it.
Why would she fuck herself when she can get more people and do an orgy?
Because sometimes you just want a nice private candlelit experience. You don't want a fucking orgy.
So where is this sign up?
Yeah, Grace just like, and I'm out.
And scene.
And I'm done.
So there's a very obvious line up to what is essentially like a table with a red cap at the end of it. This red cap, though, is all in pastels. Think pastel goth girl.
Love it. Love everything that's happening right
now. Not everybody leaves the table with a like ready to go. Some of them leave crying. But it's because...
Don't love that!
But it's not because Starkiller seems to be doing anything. She's just sitting there grinning at them and saying, "Oh, what are you gonna do?" And then staring at them and seeing if they can withstand it.
Oh. Does Anne hear about this? Because she can stare at somebody all day.
It's that vaguely creepy stare of, impress me. Gray gets to the top of the table and Starkiller goes, "Let me guess. You do musicals."
I can. Wasn't planning on it.
All right. Well, I have to write down your name and your act, or at least a name that you're going to respond to.
Gray.
Nice name. I mean,
Thanks, I chose it myself.
so tell me about your act.
Well, I'm definitely going to be singing something. I haven't decided what yet. I have to flip through my catalog and see what I can use to pound Aria into the ground.
Oh, you know Aria.
Yes, I've had that displeasure.
Wait up, Pounder.
At this point, the red cap, who was about to roll intimidation on you, goes, "Oh, I hate that bitch."
Thank you!
She is just not impressed by anything, and I'm trying so hard to be,
Solidarity.
impressive.
I've hated her from day one.
God. And she just swoops in here, and Cressida goes, "Oh, no, she doesn't have to sign up. She's the guest of honor."
Yeah, okay.
See?
Flames on the side of my face whenever she's around.
I mean, she fortunately isn't here a lot, thank God. But yeah, no, she's come a couple of times, and it's always been, real exciting. I mean, in I'd like to eat her kind of way.
Yeah, I feel that. Anyway, I'm definitely going to be singing something. Do you need the song, or do you...
Genre'd be nice.
What is the genre?
Gray.
Acoustic. Punk acoustic.
Cool. I will put you on. All right. I have a question for you, because Cressida's put me in charge of the order. Where do you want to go? Where could you really stick it to Cressida? Because Cressida's going to get to go somewhere special.
You mean Aria?
Sorry, Aria. Aria's going to get to go somewhere special because she's special. Special.
I'd prefer to go after her.
All right. Let's see what I can do.
But if she's the finale, then before her is fine.
All right. Do you want to go back to back, or do you want to, have your own space?
No, I think back to back would be fine.
All right.
Because if this goes the way that I'm hoping that it goes, she'll do her thing and I'll be like, yeah, that's great. And then I'll do mine and be better.
I'm going to hold you to that. Also,
That's what I'm hoping, anyway.
Or you go first and give her an act she cannot possibly follow.
No, because then she pulls out the stops. I know her. She always holds a little bit back.
Plus, you gotta make sure that you get the last word in.
Exactly.
Going first worked for Marshall Mathers in the last rap battle of 8 Mile.
Yeah, because that's how I live my life. That's exactly.
I'm just saying.
That's exactly the thesis of my life is 8 Mile.
There are ways to do this.
Yes, and I think you know what, Gray will nail it.
As all of this happens, Cressida, in all of her blonde, curly glory, sweeps into the hallway going, Iris! Oh, where are you, darling?
Cressida?
Darling! Have you decided to come back to us? When I heard what Laurel had done, I was shocked, I tell you, darling.
Well, I'm still a lady in this timeline, so...
You look nervous. No. It's going to be a wonderful party. Oh, and you brought friends. Introduce me.
Oh, well, you have to meet them. They are very, very good friends of mine. You especially need to meet, Gray, who's going to be performing.
Oh. Well,
Gray steps up and is like, hi.
I love performances. We're a very artistic household here. It's wonderful. I absolutely love anyone who can produce art. I'm a collector.
I have heard Gray sing on numerous occasions and can only say the best, which is not much that I could say for Aria, because I haven't heard them. It's just... How am I supposed to be hyped for someone I've never heard of, darling?
Oh, well, see, you have your favorite. I promise you. She looks at Gray and I'm always here for competition. Don't think that I am prejudiced against it. But I've heard Aria sing before, and she's amazing.
I'm just surprised I've never heard of her.
I am too, given that. Oh, and then she looks at Gray and she's like, wait, no, you're Gray. I have heard of you.
Yeah, I get around.
Your band's rather famous.
We are.
Cressida looks at Iris and goes, darling, we really just need to get you more into the art scene. I can get you some good bands, and this will be a fantastic competition. Starkiller, you have done something sensible with the schedule, I assume. Starkiller's like, nope. I don't know what I expected. Anyways.
Regardless, you know that I'm always going to be excited. We had a bit of a goblin problem.
We're still having a goblin problem. They've
accepted me as their queen.
Does that mean you can make the ones that get into the palace? Can you be their queen and help me? Because I've been a bit all over the place. Oh, and we have special guests.
Who else is here?
Well, you'll just have to see. They're magnificent.
Oh, Cressida, don't go holding out on me now.
I'm not holding out. I'm just dragging you into the ballroom, the stage area. No, I could never really get behind ballrooms, and she drags you into the ballroom. The rest of you can follow her, and it is a cacophony of artists and people, and at the side of the room, there are two figures that you cannot make out. Lakota, one of them is sitting on your bone throne. And they're both just bathed in golden light. And that's where we're going to end for today.
You're leaving?
So, we'll let everybody introduce themselves again. I'm sorry we didn't get to the competition. I was trying so hard, but it is 10 o'clock. So, unfortunately, we have to end for tonight.
Yep.
Frankie.
Hi, I'm MJ Bradley Lestrange. I'm a writer and podcaster, and you can follow my work on certainpov.com.
Excellent. John.
Hi, I'm Professor John Bradley Lestrange. I'm a writer and TikToker, and you can follow me on TikTok at The History Wizard.
And Rhea.
My name is Rhea. You can find me on my brand spanking new spiffy blue hair at explosive_donut on Twitter.
Velvet.
Thank you all so much for joining us. I've been Velvet, HJ for pronouns, and you can find me pretty much everywhere on the interwebs at OG Brown Sugar.
Michelle.
I am the Goblin Queen. You can find me on Twitter at Michelle C. Light. I need to see if at the Goblin Queen is taken, because if it isn't, I'm taking it now.
And Junie, last but not least.
I'm Gina Vanish. I am now known as the Goblin Basher. And you can find me pretty much anywhere on the internet because that's where I'm residing at now. I will not take any offers anywhere else.
And I, as always, am your local Chaos Bringer, Spectre Olafette. You can find me most places on the internet by that name. You can find this show on Twitter at Arc of the Dragon. You can find this show on YouTube at Archives of the Dragon, the same as here on Twitch. And you can catch up with our backlog of both this, our one-shots, our Sudbury by Night, and our Mass Effect games, which, speaking of Sudbury by Night, that will be tomorrow at 1 p.m., which is a V5 game run by the wonderful Unconscious Celestial. And on this upcoming Monday, we will have a Mass Effect game run by the wonderful John Lestrange over there, who we love, and we do.
It's me.
Yes, and we are honored to bring you this episode on the day of our daughter's wedding.
Listen, the chances of you guys ever running into Don Diamond of the Dimmledons is very slim.
Unless we very purposely go there.
I'm not telling you where their planet is.
Anyways, now that we've brought all of that chaos into your life, please join us for all our other shows, and we'll see you next week, guys.